Assalamualaikum. Good evening, everyone.
Good evening, Miss.
Good evening, all.
Waalaikumsalam. Good evening, Miss.
Good evening, Mr. Pandi. Is my voice clear?
Yes, Miss.
Okay.
I can hear.
How's it going, guys? Gimana kabarnya? Okay, let's get started our class. Before starting our class, sure we pray first, and you can pray based on your belief. Pray starts. Okay, pray done. Okay, guys, let's get started our class, skill 9. Started from skill 9. Our explanation from skill 9 use non-clause connectors correctly. Nah, materinya ini ya, teman-teman, tentang non-clause connectors. Yesterday, udah kita bahas tentang konektor juga, tapi jenisnya beda. Yang kemarin itu tentang about coordinate connectors and adverb connectors. Today our discussion non-clause connectors. Ini jenisnya non-clause connectors. Nah ini ya teman-teman, the following checklist di non-clause connectors and the sentence patterns use. Nah ini non-clause connectors. Jadi sebelum ke polanya atau patterns-nya, teman-teman harus tahu jenis what type of these non-clause connectors. Non-clause connectors, they are what, when, where, why, how, whatever, whenever, whether, if, and that. The patterns of non-clause connectors. Nah, pola yang digunakan pada non-clause connectors itu the first form, the first pattern, a subject verb, non-clause connector, subject verb. Jadi gini, subject verb, non-connector, subject verb. Non-connector, subject verb. This is non-connector. Non-connector, subject verb as non-clause connector. Ini dinamakan sebagai non-clause connector. Non-clause as object. Jadi ini teman-teman non-clause yang posisinya di objek. Nah, pola ini bisa digunakan. Nah, pola ini digunakan ketika jenis konektor yang digunakan adalah what, when, where, why, how, wherever, whenever, whether, if, sama that. Non-connector plus subject plus verb. Nah, ini namanya non-clause, di mana posisinya sebagai objek. Non-clause as object. And then the second pattern of non-clause connector. Non-connector, subject verb, verb. And then the second form, second pattern. Nah, pola yang kedua, teman-teman, connector, subject verb, verb. Non-connector followed by one subject and two verbs. Nanti diikuti sama satu subjek dan dua verb. Non-connector subject verb. This is non-clause as subject. Nah, ini namanya non-clause yang posisinya di subjek. Nah, pada pola non-clause tidak ada koma. Jadi nggak boleh ada koma pada pola non-clause. Non-clause connectors, ini no koma ya. Nggak ada koma pada pola non-clause. No comma on non-clause pattern. Nggak ada koma pada pola non-clause. Nah, teman-teman bisa lihat di sini, you can see here non-clause as object. Ini maksudnya non-clause ini menjelaskan objek. I know what you did. Saya tahu apa yang kamu lakukan. What you did ini ngejelasin tentang si objek. Dan posisinya itu bisa di objek. Nih, posisinya di objek. Non-clause-nya posisinya di objek. Nah, non-clause yang menjelaskan objek ini juga posisinya bisa di subjek, as subject. Tapi tetap menjelaskan objek. Nah, non-clause as object ini maksudnya menjelaskan objek. What you did was wrong. Apa yang kamu lakukan itu salah. Nah, what you did ini menjelaskan objek, tapi posisinya bisa di subjek. Jadi posisinya dua, bisa di objek dan bisa di subjek. Dan tentunya polanya adalah non-clause. Jadi kalau ada non-connector plus subject plus verb, ini namanya non-clause. Nah, posisinya bisa dua, bisa di objek, bisa di subjek. Kayak gitu. Exercise 9. So guys, this is the form of non-clause connect. The form of non-clause. Non-clause. The first form, subject verb, connector, subject verb. Non-clause as object. And then the second form, connector, subject verb, verb. Non-clause as subject. Note, no comma on non-clause pattern. Number 1, correct. When the season starts is determined by the weather. Nah, when ini adalah non-connector, teman-teman. Nah, kalau non-connectornya di awal, berarti dia pakai second form. Dia pakai pola yang kedua, using second form of non-clause. The season ini adalah subject, starts a verb. The second form using non-connector followed by one subject and two verbs. Ini udah ada satu subjek, verbnya starts, verb yang keduanya is determined. And then this is correct sentence. The answer is correct. Jadi polanya udah benar. Correct form of non-clause. di connector subject verb verb. Jadi teman-teman kalau pola non clause yang kedua, kalau menemukan non connector di awal seperti ini, nanti subjeknya 1, verbnya 2. Kayak gitu. Nah, connector subject verb di awal, connector plus subject plus verb. This is non clause as subject. Ini non clause di mana posisinya sebagai subjek. Number 2, incorrect the manual how the device should be built. Nah, manual ini adalah subjek. This is subject. How non connector ini konektornya. The device. This is subject. Should be built verb. Nah, guys, how the device should be built, this non-clause as object. Jadi non-clause-nya itu adalah how the device should be built. Nah, non-clause ini posisinya di objek. Kenapa di sini salah? The reason why number 2 incorrect, because in this question missing verb after manual. Nggak ada verbnya setelah manual. Ini missing verb. Missing verb after manual using the first form of non-clause. Any question? If you don't have question, do next number 5 minutes. Number 3 to 10, 5 minutes. Dikerjakan ya teman-teman 5 menit.
Miss, yang pertama itu harus pakai koma atau enggak ya?
Yang mana Mr.
Enggak,
Sandi?
enggak perlu. Yang non clause as object.
Oh enggak. Enggak pakai koma.
Enggak pakai koma ya?
Iya, ini no koma. Ini juga no koma. Oke, Mr. Sandi.
Oke, makasih.
Oke.
Oke, thank you.
Oke, Mr. Okay, guys, have you done? Udah selesai.
Yes, miss. Can I try first?
Okay, who wanna answer number 3?
Can I, miss?
Okay, Miss Angie.
Yeah. Number 3 is correct because it's the type of number 1. It's type number
Okay,
1, which is subject, verb,
Google subject.
subject, and then indicated is verb. Connector, and then verb.
Okay, great answer. Who wanna answer number 4? Great answer, Miss Regine. Next number. Who wanna answer, guys?
May I, Miss?
Mr. Fandi, sure.
I think it's incorrect.
Incorrect.
Because this sentence is missing connector.
Yeah, missing connector. Great answer, Mr.
Yeah.
Connector.
Can I elaborate? The first one, he is a subject.
Subject.
Refuse is a verb. And then after that, be determined. Ability is couldn't be determined.
Support.
Verb.
This is subject, I believe.
Subject.
We're missing connector here.
Yes.
Okay, great answer, Mr. Missing connector. Okay, great answer, Mr. Fandin. Next number 5. Who want to answer?
May I, Miss?
Yeah, Mr. Ayun. Miss Ayun.
Incorrect because
Incorrect.
missing subject.
Okay, missing
Talk.
subject.
Talk.
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 Verb.
Where connector.
Word connector.
We subject. Verb.
Should go for. Okay, great answer, Miss Ayun. Number 6. Who want to answer number 6?
Incorrect, Miss.
Mr. Sandy, incorrect. Okay, great answer, incorrect. The reason
Okay. Why connector? The reason is double subject.
Double subject.
Double subject.
The condition of
Condition subject.
Yeah, the condition
Of the
subject.
patient, object of preposition.
Subject of the patient, object of
Preposition.
preposition. Very right.
Deteriorated verb. Its subject and was the verb.
Okay, great answer. Double subject should be remove it. Jadi ilangin aja it-nya. Nah, karena it ini pronoun, teman-teman. Jadi pronoun itu kalau diletakkan sebelum verb nanti fungsinya subject. Should be removing pronoun. Remove pronoun it. Okay, great answer. Number 7.
I think it's correct, Miss.
Mr. Sandy, correct, correct. Okay, great answer, correct. A weather as connector.
Connector as connector.
New office as
New office subject
subject.
would be built as verb and was to
Was.
determine verb.
Okay, great answer, Mister. This is to be determined to infinitive. To infinitive as object. At the meeting, object of preposition. Object of preposition. Okay, great answer. Number H. Nomor 8, siapa yang mau jawab? Who wanna answer number H?
I think it's incorrect, Miss.
So Fandi, incorrect. Okay, great answer. Incorrect.
That is because it's double connector.
Okay,
I think
double connector. Okay, great answer.
That
Double
is
connector.
connector.
Connector that the professor.
That professor subject has not yet is a verb. Has not yet
Not yet as adverb.
adverb.
Decided verb.
Decided verb, and when is a connector again. The paper is subject. Is a verb.
Okay. Double connector. We should remove that or when. Should we remove that or when, Mr. Fandi?
I think we should remove that in the beginning.
The beginning of sentence. Okay, great answer, Mr. Number 9. So an answer number 9.
I think it's incorrect too, Miss.
Okay, great answer, Mr. Incorrect.
Because of missing connector.
Missing connector. Okay, great answer, Mr. Connector.
The contract is subject. Will be awarded is verb. Is a verb.
Okay, good answer, Mr. So the answer, this is to infinitive. To infinitive as object. At the meeting, object of repo. Okay, good answer. Missing connector. Missing connector at the beginning of sentence. Number 10.
Miss, can I ask something?
Okay.
To infinitive as object, can you explain about?
To infinitive. To infinitive, the position of the infinitive as subject and object. Dia posisinya, Mister, to infinitive itu, dia kan fungsinya doesn't work as verb. Fungsinya kan bukan verb ya. Jadi dia posisinya di subjek sama di objek. Kayak gitu, Mister. As the position in sentence as subject and object. It doesn't work as verb. Ini kan sebenarnya asalnya dari verb ya.
Itu pasangan dari subjek atau objek ya?
Pasangan dari subjek.
Atau kapan kita pakai to infinitive?
Kapan pakai to infinitive? sebenarnya tergantung kalimat sih, Mister. Tergantung kalimat dan posisinya bisa di subjek, bisa di objek. Tergantung kalimat sebenarnya. Menggunakannya
Oke,
sesuai.
Mas.
Okay, guys, number 10. Based on to infinitive, use of to infinitive itu based on sentence. Depend on the sentence. But the position in the sentence are subject and object. Okay, guys, next number 10. Okay, number 10 is the answer is correct. Jawabannya benar ya, teman-teman. He as subject, talk as verb, with whoever as non-connector, he subject, please verb. Nah, and this is coordinate conjunction. Jadi nanti kita bahas we will discuss and as coordinate conjunction. Ini namanya coordinate conjunction. You can find in skill 24 in this module, skill 24. Jadi and ini bisa bisa menyetarakan kata, kalimat, atau klausa. Ini kalau di sini dia menyetarakan klausa. Di whomever he please and whatever he wanted. Connector, non-connector, subject verb. Whomever he please. This is non-clause as object. Non-clause as object. And coordinate conjunction, whatever he wanted. Non-clause as object. Jadi di sini and ini jadi coordinate conjunction ini teman-teman bisa baca di skill 24. Di skill 24 itu ada conjunction, ada and, but sama or. And, but sama or ini mereka bisa setara klausa, bisa setara kata ataupun kalimat. Word and clause. Nah, sebenarnya dia kan pakai pola yang use the first form of non-clause. Jadi dia sebenarnya pakai pola yang pertama. Cuman karena ada penambahan coordinate conjunction, jadi boleh menambah non-clause lagi. Any question?
Miss, maaf ke to infinitive lagi. Itu ada formatnya nggak? Saya,
Oh, infinitive. Oh ya, misalnya nanti bisa. Oh ya, nanti saya saranin ya picture atau materinya. Mister juga bisa lihat di kamus Oxford Online Dictionary, Oxford,
Oke.
atau di Cambridge. Nah, nanti banyak banget contohnya di kamus. Jadi posisinya itu bisa di subjek, bisa di objek. Nanti saya juga ini ya, send materinya di WhatsApp. Oxford Dictionary, Oxford Online Dictionary atau Cambridge Online Dictionary. You can find the use of to infinitive in Oxford Online Dictionary or Cambridge Online Dictionary. Okay, Miss Regia. Nah, ini kan yang number 7, Mister. Whether or not new office would be built was to be determined at the meeting. Nah, to be determined ini namanya to infinitive. Nah, to infinitive ini posisinya setelah be. Nah, ketika to infinitive diletakkan setelah be, ini namanya kalimat nominal. Karena to be determined ini fungsinya sebagai objek. Jadi setelah verb be, kalau langsung diikuti objek seperti ini namanya nominal sentence. Nah, to infinitive juga posisinya bisa di subject. Gitu.
Bisa tanya nih. Kalau tadi kan to infinitive bisa di subjek ya, Miss. Kalau contohnya itu gimana ya, Miss? Contoh kalimatnya.
Contoh kalimatnya.
Iya, Miss.
Iya, misalnya contoh nomor 7 aja. Misalnya itu subjek new office kan. Bisa ditambah to infinitive. Contohnya apa ya?
Contohnya. Oke. Misalnya to swim is my hobby. Ini example sederhana aja ya. Nah, to swim ini bisa jadi subject. Kayak gitu. Swimming is my hobby. Buat ini. Lagi ya. Bisa dibalik, my hobby ini example-nya sederhana aja. My hobby is to swim. Begitu. Kalau teman-teman mau contoh yang lebih valid, bisa cek di kamus. Saya cek di kamus ya. Jadi dia bisa jadi subjek, bisa jadi objek. Atau to win the game, bisa juga kayak gini contohnya. To win the game. To win the game is my purpose. Kayak gitu. Nah, ini namanya to infinitive phrase. Karena kan ini non phrase, ini to infinitive. Nah, ini namanya to infinitive phrase. Nah, to infinitive phrase ini fungsinya jadi subjek. Kayak gitu. Atau dibalik aja. My purpose is to win the game. Ini sederhana banget sih contohnya.
Kalau yang tadi pakai determine kan, Miss? Itu
to
pas
be determined.
participle ya.
Oh, boleh, bisa.
Ya, to be determine pas participle ya.
To be determined. Mana tadi? Bentar. Sorry. Ini ya. Was to be determined at the meeting. Boleh. Ini bisa dibalik, Mister. Soalnya gini. Whether or not your office will be built was to be determined at the meeting. Nah, bisa kayak gini. To be determined depend on the sentence sebenarnya. Misalnya, to be determined at the meeting ditentukan di rapat about to be determined, tergantung kalimatnya sih. Ini kan bisa jadi subjek nih. Is about building, apa sih tadi kalimatnya? Building new office ya. Is about new office. About, misalnya building new office Pembangunan, misalnya pembangunan kantor yang baru, kayak gitu. Depend on the sentence, misal gimana, misal. Nah, ini to infinitive itu selalu tunggal, misal. Jadi dia tuh pakainya is, bisa juga pakai was, tergantung tenses. Mr. Sandi.
Oke, Miss. Nanti mungkin saya browsing
Oh, browsing lagi ya?
yang lebih, ya.
Oke. Nanti cek aja di Oxford.
Ya, yang di Oxford ya.
Oxford Online Dictionary. Atau bisa cek di ini, misalnya bisa cek di Cambridge. Cambridge. Oxford atau di Cambridge. Kalau tuh infinitifnya dua, nanti verbnya jamak. Kalau tuh infinitifnya dua, nanti subjeknya jadi jamak. Ini baru ini ya. Apa pernah lihat pola kalimat seperti ini? Enggak pernah. Misalnya,
Pernah.
oh pernah.
To be continue misalnya gitu kan.
Iya, lebih kabinet juga ada.
Oke, Miss, lanjut.
Oke, next. Oke, dan can we move to next skill? Oke, lanjut ya.
Yes.
Skill 10, use non-clause connector or subject correctly. Nah, yang ini teman-teman skill 10 ini penggunaan non-clause-nya sebagai fungsinya konektor sekaligus sebagai subjek. Jadi konektor itu fungsinya sekaligus sebagai subjek atau two in one. Konektor, konektornya non-clause connector, konektornya sebagai konektor dan juga sekaligus sebagai subjek. As connector and subject. Nih, non-clause connector as subject, jadi konektornya itu fungsinya sekaligus sebagai subjek. Non-clause as connector and subject, using connector such as who, whoever, what, whatever, which, and whichever. Jadi dia pakai 6 jenis konektor ini, di mana konektornya fungsinya sekaligus sebagai subjek. Konektor sekaligus sebagai subjek. The first pattern, pola yang pertama adalah subject verb, non-connector. Nah, langsung diikuti verb, teman-teman. Nah, non-connector ini fungsinya tuh sekaligus sebagai subjek, jadi nggak boleh diikuti sama subjek lagi. I know what happened. Saya tahu apa yang terjadi. Jadi tidak usah diikuti sama subjek lagi. Yang perbedaannya sama skill yang 9, lebih ke yang pertama pola, yang kedua meaning. The first pattern, and then the second meaning of non-clause. I know what happened. Saya tahu apa yang terjadi. Jadi di sini nggak usah diikuti sama subjek lagi karena konektornya udah sekaligus sebagai subjek. Jadi polanya seperti ini. The first pattern of non-clause, subject verb, connector verb. Nah, connector verb ini, this is non-clause as object. Non-clause as object, non-clause as object, subject verb, connector verb. And then the second form, connector verb, verb. What happened? What happened? What was great? Apa yang terjadi itu luar biasa. What happened was great. The second pattern, connector, verb, verb. Non-clause, non-clause as object. Jadi konektornya ini fungsinya udah sekaligus sebagai subjek. Jadi nggak usah diikuti sama subjek lagi. Nih ya, by using connector such as who, whoever, what, whatever, which, and whichever. The form of non-clause connector of non-clause as subject and connector, as connector and subject. Subject verb, connector verb. Connector verb as non-clause as object. And the second form, connector verb, verb. Second form, non-clause as subject. Number 1, correct. The game show contestant was able to respond to whatever was asked. The game show contestant as subject. You should find whether the form of non-clause connector using first pattern or second pattern of non-clause. Game show contestant as subject, was as verb, whatever, it's non-connector, and then follow it by was asked as verb. Connector verb, whatever was asked, non-clause as object. So correct. Complete sentence for the forms of non-clause. Polanya udah lengkap, jadi udah benar dan menggunakan using first form of non-clause. Jadi konektornya fungsinya udah sekaligus sebagai subject connector as subject. Number 2, incorrect. You should find out which the best physics department. You as subject should find out which the best physics, which non-connector, which as non-connector here. The best physics department, this is non-phrase as object. Non-phrase as object. So which after connector must be followed by verb. Connector, this is missing verb. Incorrect. The reason why number 2 incorrect because of missing verb. Nggak ada verbnya. Ini missing verb. Okay guys. Number 2 incorrect because of missing verb. Missing verb after which you should find out which is the best physics department. Okay guys, as usual, do next number 3 to 10, 5 minutes. Do you have a question? Nah, dikerjakan ya teman-teman 5 menit. Okay, guys, have you done? Udah selesai.
Yes, Miss.
Okay, Mr. Pandi.
Okay, number 3, I will try.
Okay, Mr.
It is an incorrect because
Correct.
of missing connector.
Okay, great answer. Simple connector.
The employee is subject.
Subject.
Was unhappy is a verb.
Unhappy, adjective.
Adjective, sorry.
Okay.
Was added is verb.
Okay, great answer. Here's job description, object of level.
Object of preposition.
Okay, great answer, Mister. Ini missing connector di sini ya, tentu. Missing connector. Should be what? What about what
Be
was?
what? Yeah.
Yeah, what
What
was?
was?
Okay, great answer, Mister. Missing connector and number 3, incorrect. Number 4. Nomor 4 siapa yang mau jawab?
Miss.
Okay, Miss Yola.
Correct, Miss.
Correct.
Whoever
Whoever.
connector
Connector.
wants verb
Wants verb.
to take a verb.
Take no verb. Dia bukan verb ya. Ini jadi objek di sini. Karena dia tuh infinitive.
Oh ya, to infinitive tadi.
Missing verb more. Missing one verb more. Ini ada verb lagi ya. Signing ini adjective. Atau present participle. To infinitive ini teman-teman jadi objek di sini. To infinitive as objek kayak tadi ya. Jadi dia fungsinya meskipun to infinitive asalnya dari verb, tapi posisi mereka hanya boleh di subjek sama di objek. Jadi dia nggak bisa menempati posisi verb. Kenapa? Karena ada preposisi sebelumnya. Jadi seharusnya incorrect, great answer. Jadi seharusnya kalau untuk menjadi kalimat yang benar should be ini signingnya ini kita ubah menjadi bisa sign pakai modal tergantung kalimatnya bisa sign aja signs gini semua sign atau signs. Whoever wants to take the dessert tour during spring break harus daftar di kantor atau mendaftar di kantor. Jadi pakai verb 1 ditambah S. Soalnya kan non clause itu teman-teman kalau di dalam simple present non clause itu tunggal kalau jumlahnya 1. Whoever wants ini adalah non clause as subject. Non clause as subject kalau jumlahnya 1 dia tunggal. Jadi karena tunggal kita gunakan misalnya simple present sign-nya ditambah S atau bisa menggunakan modal mas sign. Kalau ada modal kalau yang ini modal plus verb 1. Harus daftar di kantor. Kalau signing nggak bisa jadi verb, nanti jadi adjective. Jadi di sini number verb missing one verb more. Hilang verbnya satu lagi. Karena dia pakai pola
Kalau
kayak bisa sendiri.
Kalau is signing
Oke,
bisa
boleh.
nggak
Boleh.
bisa.
Is signing dia boleh. Nanti present continuous. Kalau masain sama sign nanti jadi simple present. Kalau is signing jadi present continuous. Okay, great answer. Number 5.
Incorrect, Miss.
Mr. Sandy, incorrect. Iya, benar banget, incorrect. Should be
Eliminate he.
eliminate he, remove he. What is
Remove
as
he. As subject,
subject
was verb,
was verb.
to discover to infinitive,
Oh, itu.
had verb, had struck ya.
Oh, struck ini struck
Struck.
berapa teman-teman? Ini saya lupa.
Kurang tahu.
Bentar, struck ini non atau apa? Oh, wait, just a moment. Struck apa tulis ini? Iya, struck, iya benar. Oh. Had struck. Nanti teman-teman coba cek di Oxford ya. Okay, number 6, incorrect. Remove he. Eliminate he. Number 6. Who wanna answer number 3? Number 6.
Correct, Miss.
Correct. Ya, benar banget, correct. The voters.
Subject,
Should elect.
verb,
For
whichever connector as subject,
subject. Candidates.
seems verb, candidates object of preposition,
Seems
verb.
Oke, great answer. Jadi object of preposition ini jadi adverb di sini, teman-teman. Jadi tidak apa-apa meletakkan object of preposition sebelum verb, karena di sini lebih ke fungsi konektornya udah sebagai subjek. Jadi langsung diikuti sama verbnya seems. Adapun penggunaan object of preposition di sini nggak tepat. Ini nanti fungsinya jadi adverb. Nah, adverb itu di samping verb. Karena adverb menjelaskan verb, jadi nggak apa-apa. Jadi adverb ini fleksibel, boleh diletakkan di mana aja. Boleh di awal, di tengah, atau di akhir kalimat. Kalau di sini di awal setelah konektor. Number 7.
I think it's correct, Miss.
So Fandi is correct. Okay, good answer. Correct.
It is a subject, was is a verb, and then what after distinguish is a connector, was is a verb, and
Conjunction.
Conjunction, and what again is connector, and was is verb.
Okay, good
Same
answer.
like the number 10 in the previous skill,
Yeah, ini previous skill.
right?
Okay. Connected to clause, non-clause as object.
So
connector,
if
conjunction, and.
if the conjunction is and, this is will be to connector and to verb, or the other formulas, Miss.
Okay, Mr. Jadi and but or you can see the material in skill 24 and but and or connected to connected connected word, misalnya verb. Di sini ini juga verb. Misalnya ada adjective, sini juga ada adjective. Sini apa lagi? Misalnya ada noun. Di sini juga noun. Jadi kayak setara gitu. Terus kayak misalnya ada noun clause. Nah, sebelahnya juga non clause. Kayak gitu dia setara, polanya parallel structure namanya. Parallel structure if in sentence have coordinate conjunction and but sama or. And but and or.
Iya. Jadi harus setara ya, Miss ya.
Setara. Namanya parallel structure, Mister. Nanti kita bahas di skill 24.
Oke. Terima kasih, Miss.
Oke, Mister Wandi. Number H, nomor 8. Siapa yang who wanna answer number H? Nggak ada yang mau jawab.
I think it's incorrect, Miss.
Incorrect. Okay, great answer, Mister. Incorrect. Use
You
subject.
is subject,
Should
should
buy.
buy, verb,
Whatever.
whatever is connector, and is missing verb actually. The
Missing verb. Great answer. Missing verb. Okay, great answer. Number 9.
Correct.
Miss Yola. Correct.
Correct.
Okay, great answer. What non-connector was written
Verb.
as verb. And then one verb more.
Verb with anger and
Anchored.
inert.
Connector verb. Non-clause
True.
connect. What was written? Non-clause connect. Non-clause as subject. And the verb is angered. Okay,
Yes.
great answer. Number 10. One answer. So Fandi.
Number 10, I think is incorrect.
Incorrect.
Missing verb.
Missing verb. Missing verb. Okay, great answer. You as
is
subject.
as subject. Can is a verb. Can spell is verb.
Whoever.
Whoever connector. Missing verb.
Missing verb.
So before important is should be any verb such as is important or another,
Yes.
Miss.
Yes.
All
Whoever
right.
is important.
Okay, like number number 8 is whatever is the cheapest and most durable, or
Is cheapest.
okay. Thank you, Miss.
Okay. You guys, any question? Can we move to next here? Any question, guys? Next. Guys.
Okay, Miss, we can. I think we can.
Okay, skill 11, use adjective clause connector correctly. Use adjective clause connector correctly. This also our explanation still connectors. Masih tentang pembahasannya masih tentang connector, tapi jenisnya beda, adjective clause. The kind of this connector is adjective clause. Nah, sebelum sebelum membahas adjective clause, hal yang dasar adalah adjektif itu teman-teman selalu menjelaskan noun. Adjective has one job that describes noun. Jadi adjektif itu menjelaskan kata benda. Adjective describe noun. Menjelasin si kata benda. Ini adalah pola yang simple. The simple form of adjective. That adjective has one job that describes noun. Adjective itu menjelaskan noun. Nah, misalnya ini misalnya example-nya misalnya kind students. Kind students. Nah, kind as adjective, students as noun. Jadi ngejelasin si kata bendanya, siswanya tuh gimana sih mereka itu baik-baik gitu. Nah, ini adalah bentuk yang simple di mana adjektif itu menjelaskan kata benda. Nah, ketika adjektif ini dijelaskan dalam bentuk klausa, ketika adjektif menjelaskan kata benda, di mana adjektif itu polanya adalah klausa, maka tentunya tetap menjelaskan noun, cuman polanya beda sama yang simple ini. Adjective clause di sini nanti polanya ada connector, subject verb. Connector, subject verb. Di mana pola dari adjective clause itu nantinya akan menjelaskan kata benda. Di dalam soal TOEFL atau di soal TOEFL teman-teman akan menemukan di mana adjective clause ini digunakan di dalam kalimat ketika menjelaskan kata benda. Kayak gitu. Jadi ini adalah example atau simple form dari penggunaan adjektif atau fungsi dari adjektif itu sendiri. Nah, kenapa adjective clause ada di dalam kalimat ataupun di dalam soal TOEFL? Adjective clause ini digunakan untuk menjelaskan kata benda. Nah, pola yang digunakan kita bisa lihat di sini. Ya, adjective clause connectors. Nah, adjective clause connectors ini, teman-teman, sebelum kita ke polanya, konektor yang digunakan pada adjective clause connector using on adjective clause and TOEFL task or TOEFL questions, in structured questions, terutama di soal structure. Nah, di sini teman-teman bisa lihat ada connector such as home. Nah, home ini digunakan, konektor home ini digunakan untuk person, di mana nantinya konektor ini akan menjelaskan kata benda berupa orang. Nanti kita bahas polanya. Jadi kita lihat dulu jenis konektor yang digunakan. Di home ini digunakan untuk person atau untuk menjelaskan orang atau person. Nah, which digunakan untuk menjelaskan non-person. Nah, sedangkan that ini fleksibel, bisa person, bisa juga non-person. Jadi that bisa digunakan, can be used for person or non-person to describe noun as adjective clause. Jadi home, which, sama that adalah 3 konektor, 3 connectors using an adjective clause ketika menjelasin when describing noun when describing noun in sentence. Jadi ketika menjelaskan kata benda dalam sentence. What is the form? Bagaimana polanya? Polanya teman-teman bisa lihat di sini. The first form of adjective clause, subject verb, adjective connector, subject verb. Adjective clause, pola adjective clause itu teman-teman, itu polanya adalah adjective connector, plus subject plus verb. Nah, adjective connector plus subject plus verb inilah yang dinamakan sebagai adjective clause. Adjective clause ini muncul di dalam sentence ketika menjelaskan kata benda. You can see this example. I like the book which you recommended. I like the book which you recommended. You can see here this form of adjective clause. Saya suka buku yang kamu rekomendasikan. Which you recommended. Nah, perhatikan adjective clause ini, which you recommended. Nah, kalimat ini muncul karena ngejelasin the book. Ya. The book ini adalah kata benda yang posisinya di objek. Noun as object. Kata benda ini dijelaskanlah dalam bentuk adjective clause, yaitu which you recommended. Polanya adalah adjective connector plus subject plus verb. Nah, teman-teman lihat kenapa di sini menggunakan which, karena ngejelasin book, di mana book adalah kata benda bukan orang atau non-person. Ketika kata benda tersebut berupa non-person, maka harus menggunakan konektor which. Gitu. Nah, which adalah spesifik untuk menjelaskan kata benda non-person. Kalau that ini fleksibel. Kalau that lebih fleksibel, bisa person, bisa juga non-person. Gitu. Nah, jadi pola yang digunakan pada adjective clause, the first pattern of adjective clause, subject verb, object, adjective connector, subject verb. Adjective connector, subject verb, adjective connector plus subject plus verb. This is adjective clause. Adjective clause describes object, describes noun as object. Noun as object. Jadi dia ngejelasin kata benda yang ada di objek. Kayak gitu. The first form of adjective clause. Nah, adjective clause itu teman-teman muncul atau bisa digunakan dalam sentence ketika ada kata benda yang dijelaskan sebelumnya. Dan juga teman-teman harus memperhatikan konektor yang digunakan pada adjective clause. Nah, sering banget di soal TOEFL, adjective connector itu sangat berpengaruh atau bukan sangat berpengaruh. Adjective connector yang digunakan itu sesuai dengan kata benda yang dijelaskan, sesuai dengan based on noun before yang dijelaskan, kata benda yang ada sebelumnya. Nah, di sini kan buku ya, di sini buku, example-nya di sini teman-teman bisa lihat noun-nya ini dianalisa lagi. Apakah noun ini person or whether this noun person or non-person. Apakah kata benda itu person atau non-person. Nah, setelah teman-teman menentukan apakah ini person atau non-person, baru teman-teman tentukan. You must determine use adjective connector such as whom or which or that. Dia pakai konektor yang mana? Pakai whom or which or that. I like the book which you recommended. Nah, pakai which karena ngejelasin book. Nah, book ini adalah kata benda yang non-person, bukan orang. Gitu. And then the second form, the book. Ini typo ya, bukan what. Pakai which. The book which you recommended was interesting. Nah, ini the second formnya, adjective clause-nya ngejelasin kata benda yang posisinya di subject. Describes noun as subject. The book which you recommended was interesting. Nah, the second form of adjective clause, subject, adjective connector, subject verb, connector subject verb as adjective clause. describes noun as subject. Ini ngejelasin kata benda yang posisinya tuh di subjek. Kayak gitu. Jadi teman-teman di sini kenapa pakai which? Karena yang dijelasin adalah the book. The book adalah things that there is non person. Ini kata benda bukan orang. Begitu. The book which you recommended was interesting. The book subject which you recommended adjective clause was as verb. The book as subject which you recommended as adjective clause was as verb which you recommended describes the book. The book is known as subject. And then this is the adjective clause has two patterns. Adjective clause describes noun as object, and adjective clause describe noun as subject. Exercise 11, the forms of adjective clause. The first pattern: subject, verb, object, connector, subject, verb. Connector, subject, verb as adjective clause. Adjective clause describe noun as object. And then the second form, subject, connector, subject, verb, verb. Connector, subject, verb, adjective clause. Describe noun as subject. Adjective connector. Adjective connectors they are whom, which, that. Whom, not for a person. Which, non-person. That can be used for person or non-person. Person or non-person. Good. Okay, guys. Number 1, correct. It is important to fill out the form in the way that you have been instructed. Its subject, it as subject is verb, and then that adjective connector, you subject have been instructed as verb. As adjective clause describes noun, way as object after preposition object. Way object, non-person. Because of using object as non-person, so in adjective clause using adjective connector that ini fleksibel. Dia bisa person ataupun non-person. Jadi kalimatnya udah benar. Jadi di sini adjective clause in this sentence using after object. Use after object. Jadi digunakan setelah objek atau adjective clause describes noun as object, the way. It is important to fill out the form in the way that you have been instructed. Adjective clause-nya ngejelasin kata benda yang dimana kata bendanya tuh posisinya di objek dan objeknya ini berupa non-person. Makanya di sini pakai connector that. So a correct sentence, correct answer because of no problem for this question. Gak ada masalah untuk soal yang nomor ini. Number 2, incorrect. The car which I haven't been driving for 5 years for sale at really good price. The car subject which I haven't been driving. Oh yeah, number 1 correct. Using first pattern of adjective clause. Dia pakai pola yang pertama ya, nomor 1 ini. And then the second incorrect using the second pattern of adjective clause. Kalau nomor 2 dia pakai pola yang kedua ini ya. Oke, yang ini. The car which I haven't been driving for 5 years as adjective clause. Which connector, I subject, having been driving for incorrect. And the reason why this sentence has two reasons that the sentence is incorrect. Kalimat ini salah karena ada dua alasan. Yang pertama, the first incorrect reason, the first nggak ada verbnya. Jadi subject, adjective clause-nya di tengah, dan for sale at really good price, ini belum ada verbnya. Belum ada verb untuk subject the car. Jadi kan dia pakai pola yang kedua, teman-teman. Subject, connector, subject, verb, verb. Nah, setelah adjective clause kan ada verb. Nah, setelah adjective clause nggak ada verb lagi. Nah, di sini incorrect reason, the first missing verb. Yang pertama dia nggak ada verbnya, jadi di sini missing verb. And then the second reason, incorrect sentence for number 2, using having after I. Having doesn't work as verb, jadi ini nggak bisa berfungsi sebagai verb kalau pakai having. Nanti jadi present participle atau adjective. Nah, jadi should be have. Jadi change should be having should be have. Jadi harusnya itu jadi have. Kenapa? Karena dalam rumus tenses kalau fungsinya jadi verb, jadi harus diganti menjadi have. Should be have. I have been driving for 5 years. So incorrect because of two incorrect reasons. Nah, jadi ada dua alasan kenapa jawabannya salah. Karena nggak ada verb, dan yang kedua karena menggunakan having. Jadi nggak boleh pakai having, nanti fungsinya bukan verb. Jadi ubah ke have. And then guys, using adjective connector which is correct connector. Konektornya tuh udah benar karena the car can describe non as subject. The car is non-person. Okay guys, do next number, 5 minutes as usual, 5 minutes to have question.
Halo, Miss.
Oke, Mr. Sandi.
Oh, enggak. Kupikir putus suaranya.
Oh, enggak. Kerjain dulu ya 5 menit.
Oke, Miss.
Okay, guys, have you done?
Yes, Miss.
Okay, Mr. Sandi. Number 3, who wanna answer first?
Number 3, incorrect.
Okay, incorrect. Okay, great answer result should be.
Incorrect.
I subject, finish verb.
I subject, finish verb.
Home.
Reading.
Professor,
Home.
subject.
Professor, subject. Suggested verb.
Oke. Salahnya di mana misal?
Reading, finish reading. Oh, reading.
Salahnya di home misal.
Oh, home.
Iya, harusnya pakai
Menjelaskan the novel. Which?
which. Karena ngejelasin whom the professor suggests for my book report. Salah di home. Soalnya kan ngejelasin novel ya. Tidak kan?
Ya, kalau reading itu adjektif ya.
Oh iya, Mister. Oh ya, reading ini Mister. Oh ya, adjective. Adjective bisa. Present participle phrase. Reading the novel. Present participle phrase.
Oh,
Present participle phrase. Tapi dia ngejelasin novel karena ini kan non phrase ya, misalnya. Ini kan present participle, ini non phrase. Jadi dia ngejelasin novelnya. Nah, novelnya ini non person. Jadi pakainya which.
oke, Miss.
Okay. Present participle boleh diletakkan setelah verb. Ini posisinya setelah verb. Okay, great answer. Number 4. Nomor 4.
Correct, Miss.
Correct, Mr. Sandy, correct. And they're correct. The plain subject that as
In
connector
subject that connector
is
pattern number 2.
Yeah.
Was delayed verb.
Okay, great answer. Using connector that because of describing the plane.
Not person.
Not person. Okay, great answer. That he was scheduled to take to Hawaii. It's adjective clause. Adjective clause describes the plane, known as subject. Great answer. Number 5. Nomor 5, siapa yang mau jawab? Enggak ada. Nomor 5 jawabannya salah ya, teman-teman, incorrect. The movie as subject, which as connector, subject, watch, verb, it, pronoun as subject, was, frightening as verb.
Remove it.
Remove it. Double
Subject.
double subject. Okay, great answer. Number 6.
Number 6, correct.
Number 6, correct. I as subject, made for home. Adjective connector, use subject, recommended.
Connector
Describes
describe
doctor
the doctor.
as object. Person ya, person.
person.
Okay, great answer. Number 7. Always Mr. Sandy ya. Yang lain others guys.
Number 7 correct.
Number 7 correct. Benar ya. Enthusiasm as subject.
Enthusiasm subject. Which connector? She, he subject. Greeted verb. Made verb.
Okay. Ini objeknya ada verb 1. Ini namanya teman-teman. Nanti searching ya. Ini googling ya. Ini namanya kausatif. Kausatif verb. Antusiasme ini verbnya adalah made. Adapun penambahan objek dan verb 1 di belakangnya disebut sebagai kausatif verb. Jadi nggak apa-apa. Number 8.
Number 8 incorrect.
Mr. Fandi incorrect. Okay, great answer. Missing?
Missing verb, I think.
Missing verb. Story as subject.
Subject, that connector.
Subject dot verb. Ini
Object,
object.
verb, the object.
Object of prepo. Nah, missing verb guys. Boleh menggunakan verbnya setelah me. The story that you told me, misalnya di sini was about what. Bisa juga was-nya di sini tapi tambah lagi katanya was funny misalnya. Ada dua opsi. Yang pertama bisa meletakkan verbnya setelah me, was, about, Bob, atau menambahkan verb setelah Bob tapi ditambah kata lagi misalnya funny. The story that you told me was about Bob, or the story that you told me about Bob was funny. Example aja. Okay, great answer. Number 9.
Number 9, I think is correct, Miss.
Okay, great answer, Mr. Clark. The man
The
as
man subject, whom is a connector.
we're having.
Having subject. Sorry, we're having verb.
Oh, Mr. Missing?
Oh, sorry. I think missing subject.
Yeah, missing subject.
Sorry, incorrect.
We're having as verb. One verb more, Mr. Did? Same.
Did not same.
Not as a. Okay, great answer, Mr. Missing subject.
Miss, the whom kayak boleh jadi subjek nggak? Yang whom itu subject.
Oh, di sini
Whom
misalnya.
were having. Kalau di skill sebelum kan whom konektor bisa jadi subjek.
Iya.
Whom
Kalau
itu bisa jadi subjek.
Nggak bisa, kalau home nggak bisa, Mister. Nanti kita bahas di skill ini, skill 12. Tapi pakainya who. Kalau who, ini konektor as subject. Kalau home nggak bisa, jadi konektor aja dia. Harusnya di sini whom we were having. Jadi kalau ada whom, itu teman-teman itu harus ada subjek, diikuti sama subjek. Jadi yang nggak bisa fungsi jadi sekaligus sebagai subjek. Nanti ada adjective connector yang bisa fungsi sebagai subjek. Pakainya who. Dan juga salah satu ciri-cirinya kalau polanya lengkap ada preposisi sebelumnya. Nanti di soal TOEFL teman-teman kalau di soal teman-teman mengerjakan soal TOEFL ada preposisi sebelum konektor, ada preposition, terus ada konektor gitu. Nanti polanya lengkap ya. Plus subject, plus verb. Ini selalu lengkap. Nggak boleh ada yang hilang. Kalau ada preposisi, harus ada connector, subjek, sama verb. Oh, udah hilang. Di sini whom, iya hilang ya. Whom we were having. Incorrect, missing. Subject. Number 10.
Number 10, correct.
Number
Correct.
10, correct. Iya benar ya. I am, ini subject and verb. The plans, object. That,
Object,
connector,
that, connector, we made, subject, verb, subject.
adjective. That we met last night as adjective clause. Describes plans. Okay, guys. Any question more? Can we discuss one skill more? Or are you tired? Or are you sleepy?
Continuous.
Okay. Skill 12, use adjective clause, connector, or subject. Nah, ini sama aja polanya sama skill 11 tadi. Adjective clause itu ngejelasin kata benda. Adjective clause describes noun. Nah, namun di sini fungsi dari adjective connectornya itu sekaligus sebagai subjek. Adjective connector as subject. Oh, ini teman-teman typo ya, pakainya who. Who ini teman-teman digunakan untuk person, using for person, which for non-person, that fleksibel aja, ini bisa person, also non-person. Bisa person, bisa non-person. The first pattern, pola yang pertama, subject verb. Nah, setelah connector langsung verb. After connector, follow it by verb. Connector, verb, adjective. Subject, verb, object. Subject, verb, object, connector, verb. Jadi konektornya ini fungsinya sekaligus sebagai subjek. Jadi nggak usah diikuti sama subjek lagi. Jadi connector verb, adjective clause, describe object as noun. And then the second pattern, second pattern, subject, connector, verb. Subject, connector, verb. Connector verb as adjective clause, describe noun as subject. And you can see this example. C needs a secretary who types fast. C, subject, needs verb, and then a secretary as subject. Who, adjective connector, types verb. Fast as a verb. Adjective connectornya langsung diikuti sama verb, karena adjective connector ini fungsinya sekaligus sebagai verb. Fungsinya sekaligus sebagai subject. Connector as subject, fungsinya sekaligus sebagai subject atau two in one. Nah, adjective connector ini kenapa pakai who? Karena ngejelasin objeknya adalah secretary, di mana secretary adalah person. noun as non-person. So using adjective connector who must be followed by a verb. Langsung diikuti aja sama verb. Who types fast? Saya butuh sekretaris yang mengetik dengan cepat. Yang mengetik dengan cepat adalah sekretaris. Who types fast? Jadi ini adjective clause as object. Adjective clause describes noun as object. And then the second pattern, secretary who types fast is infallible. Secretary as subject, who as adjective connector, types verb, have a set verb, this phrase, adjective clause, describe secretary, and verb is. Thank you guys. The form of adjective clause. The forms of adjective clause. As adjective clause connector, as subject. Subject, verb, object, connector, verb. Adjective clause. Adjective clause describes noun as object. And then the second form, subject, connector, verb, connector, verb as adjective clause. Describe noun as subject. Adjective connector. Adjective connector. Adjective connectors. Who, which, and that. Who as person. Describe noun as person, which non-person, and then that person or non-person. Number one, the answer is correct. The ice cream they serve in the restaurant has a smooth, creamy texture. The ice cream as subject. There is served in the restaurant, that adjective connector is served is verb, and the restaurant as adverb. There is served in the restaurant. This phrase is adjective clause. You can see the form of adjective clause here. That after adjective connector that, follow it directly by verb is served. And then the ice cream has one verb more, has. Using the second pattern of adjective clause, subject, connector, verb. Subject, connector, verb. The ice cream, subject, connector, adjective connector, that is served as verb, and then the second verb has. And then this is correct sentence, complete form, completed form. And then the second incorrect. The cars are trying to enter the freeway system and line up for blocks. And then the subject, cars are trying verb to enter the freeway system, line up for blocks. Missing connector.
Connector.
Missing connector. Should be the cars which which are trying to enter the freeway system are lined up for blocks. Nah, which, setelah which, langsung diikuti. Nah, kenapa pakai which? Karena kata bendanya cars. Adjective clause-nya adalah which are trying to enter the freeway system. Sampai sistem. Which, sampai sini sampai sistem adjective. Which are trying to enter the freeway system as adjective clause describes the cars as noun, as subject. And then the cars has one verb more aligned. Okay, using number 2, using the second pattern. Oh yeah, second pattern of adjective clause. Subject, connector, verb. You have a question? Teman-teman, karena waktunya udah sebenarnya udah selesai, gimana kalau langsung aja dikerjakan? Who wanna answer number 3?
I think it's incorrect, Miss.
Okay, great answer, Mr. Missing?
Missing a verb
Missing verb.
after who.
Who? Missing verb. Should be who?
Who is on
the dean's list? Great answer. I have a great respect for everyone who is on the dean's list. Great for everyone. Okay, subject I have verb as verb. And then for everyone, object of preposition. This preposition, everyone object. Describe object using adjective connector because describe everyone. Okay, person. Everyone. Person. Object as person. Number 4. Great answer, Mr. Pandi.
Number 4 is, I think, is correct, Miss.
Is correct. Correct or incorrect, Mr.? Can you see more?
Okay. Correct, I think.
Incorrect, Miss.
Incorrect, Mr.
Because which
nggak boleh pakai which.
describe
Should
the
be.
man.
It should be who.
Should be who.
Who. Gitu. Any subject is going verb. And then the man with preposition, the man object. Describe object, person, who, connector as subject, and then directly follow it by verb begin. Okay, great answer. Incorrect because of missing. No, because of wrong connector. Wrong connector. Number 5.
Incorrect, Miss.
Incorrect. Okay, great answer. Incorrect because of
double subject.
Okay,
may remove it.
Remove it. Hilangin aja itnya. Literal subject. That connector as verb and then verb more was locked tightly as adverb. Great answer, Mr. Number 6.
Correct, Miss.
Miss Ayun, correct. Okay, great answer. Correct. Neighbors as subject.
Subject, report,
Verb. The man as subject.
who, yeah.
Who, adjective
Connector,
trying.
trying, verb.
Okay, great answer. Number 7.
Incorrect.
Incorrect. Mr. Handy, incorrect.
Missing connector.
Okay, great answer. Incorrect. Missing. Should be these plans as subject. Survive as verb. Can verb. In preposition and environment as object. and then is verb. Extremely adverb. Humid adjective. Missing connector. Should be connector what? What is the connector? What
Which?
here? Okay, which aja. Which is extremely humid. And an environment which is extremely humid. Okay, great answer. Number H.
Incorrect.
Incorrect. Okay, great answer, Miss Ayun. Incorrect because of
Double subject.
double
Subject.
subject. Ya, double subject. Jadi
Remove the.
remove the kan konektornya ini sekaligus sebagai subjek ya. Jadi nggak usah tambahin subjek lagi teman-teman. Jadi jawabannya incorrect. Remove the boss as subject, meets as verb, with as preposition, any production workers as object,
Object.
have surprised
Verb.
as verb. Who describe workers? Okay, great answer. Number 9. 2 numbers more. 2 numbers left.
9 correct.
9
Correct,
correct.
Miss.
Mr. Sandy correct. Correct. Okay, great answer. Correct. The sales clerk as subject. Run as verb.
As verb.
Who as connector. Had love as verb. Describe woman. Woman as object. After as preposition. Okay, great answer. Number 10.
Incorrect, Miss.
Incorrect. Okay, great answer. Incorrect because of there is
Double connector.
double connector. This use as subject should be removed.
That.
That.
Remove that. Remove that. Okay, great answer. Do you have question, guys? Which match the dress as adjective clause? Adjective clause describe noun as subject. Nah, nanti di soal TOEFL teman-teman akan menemukan pola adjective clause seperti ini. Jadi kalau misalnya ini pakai pola yang konektor subject verb atau konektor verb. Nah, tergantung yang pertama teman-teman tergantung polanya, tergantung pattern, depend on the pattern, and then depend on the meaning. Depend on the pattern and meaning. Nanti kalau nggak pakai pola yang tadi, pola berapa ya? Pola sebelumnya, pola yang ini. Kalau nggak skill 11, skill 11 or skill 12. Okay guys, I think enough. Do you have a question?
No,
Miss,
Miss.
boleh nanya, Miss.
Oke, Mr. Sandi.
Selesai kursus ini bisa ambil ujian ITP ya?
Di mana Mister mau ambil ujiannya di mana?
Ada saran nggak untuk ambil ITP-nya di mana?
Oh, teman, bisa ini Mister, bisa. Mister mau ngambil yang online atau offline?
Mungkin online ya, biar lebih hemat.
Oh iya, online.
Soalnya posisi di Manado ini.
Oh begitu Mister. ini Mister bisa ngambil tes TOEFL ITP yang resmi di universitas negeri. Bisa nanti send linknya deh. Ada di apa UII ada, Universitas Indonesia juga ada, UI, ITB. ITB ada nggak? Ada UI, ada UGM juga misal. Tapi yang ini ada sih sebenarnya yang recommended banget ini ya, UNJ sama UII. Sama aja sih sebenarnya.
Oh, dari ELF nggak ada ya?
Dari ELF nggak ada.
Penyelenggara.
Kalau ELF lebih ke prediction aja, simulation, prediction test. TOEFL prediction misal kayak prediksi gitu, misal prediksi nilai TOEFL, prediksi skor TOEFL maksudnya. Nggak resmi yang dari ITP langsung.
Oke, Miss.
Thank you, Mister. Kayak misalnya coba cari tahu di apa universitas negeri di Manado kayaknya ada juga. Kalau universitas negeri setahuku ada semua. Okay, guys, thank you for joining this class this evening. If you don't have question anymore, I will close this Zoom.
Okay, thank you, Miss.
Thank you all. Have a good
Thank you,
night.
Miss Susan.
Thank you.
Good night.
See you tomorrow.